God, I ask that your Holy Spirit speak through me. I ask it in your name and for your sake. Amen. The spiral of silence. During the early 1970s, Elizabeth Noel Newman was creating the theory of the spiral of silence. She was attempting to explain why Germans who disagreed with Hitler and the Nazis, as many did, remained silent until after his regime ended. This two-faced behavior has come to be known as the spiral of silence theory. Pew Research Center results rank the U.S. an unimpressive 38th out of 71 countries, and too many stop reading, learning after high school. The spiral of silence theory rests on the perception that too many individuals, instead of reading and researching, take the lazy way out, constantly scanning their environment and the media to assess the climate to possibly find the dominant point of view. Go along to get along. People keep silent because of fear and wanting to be accepted by the crowd. So people tend to keep their attitudes to themselves when they think they are in the minority. In a company, for example, the managing director decides to increase their working hours from 8 to 10. The majority of them accept this change in working hours, and few employees are not satisfied with his decision, but they cannot or are not ready to express their thought publicly because they may try to save their job by suppressing their opinion, avoiding a personal statement in public. Spiral of silence theory describes a process, the predication about public opinion, where leaders and mass media give more and positive media coverage to their agenda and give less and negative coverage to views which they oppose. The elites use the media to shape public opinion as a form of social control in which individuals almost instinctively, sensing the opinions of those around them, shape their behavior to prevailing attitudes. Loud opinion expressions on the one side and silence on the other side sets the spiral of silence into motion. As more numbers get more vocal space in the society and lesser numbers become less vocal space or become silent, it creates a spiral where people become more and more afraid to speak up. And as more and more keep silent for longer and longer, things become more and more evil because they didn't speak up in the first place when society first started taking a turn for the worse, and it would have been easier to fix things. There is a new Hitler called political correctness, which is destroying America. And I believe the elites are doing this to destroy the nations and push us all into a one-world government. After 9/11, because of the elite-controlled media, too many, all they want is quote-unquote sex and a six-pack of beer. So they go along to get along. So allow government, the minority, to decide what is best for them, quote-unquote. For example, the silence of the American people allowed the passage of the National Homeland Defense Act, which gives the government the right to arrest any U.S. citizen without due process and hold them indefinitely if they are suspected of quote-unquote domestic terrorism. As the people stay silent for longer and longer, more and more laws like this are proposed and passed, which makes more American people afraid to speak out. So as more and more remain silent, the spiral grows and things will wax worse and worse, as it says in 2 Timothy 3:13, until the Lord returns. I believe we all need to speak up on Facebook, YouTube, and other platforms, do our part to carry on the gospel, and stand up for traditional American values. The forefathers of our country founded this country on Christian principles. I believe we need to go to study the candidates and have a knowledge of history and go to the polls and vote for leaders we believe uphold God's Word, the principles this nation was founded on. Revelation 21:8 says, "But the cowardly, the unbelieving, abominable, murderers, sexually immoral, sorcerers, idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burns with fire and brimstone, which is the second death." But notice it says, "But the cowardly." We must not be cowardly. So we must not be cowardly and silent in the face of things like God and prayer being kicked out of our schools and the media and the public square, and our freedoms to worship God freely being stripped from us by the Hitler of political correctness. Instead, we must stand up, carry on the gospel, vote, speak out, and support the Christian principles on which this nation was founded, and for the freedom our veterans fought for and died for. We can all do our part if we will do so, and we must do so to keep America free for our children.